Martin Scorsese, unarguably one of the greatest directors of all time, has made classics such as Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and The Departed, and that's just to name a few. With one Oscar on his winning on his belt and a few other Oscar nominations, it was fair to put Martin Scorsese as the first greatest director on this week of Directors Week. So now we're going to go through what makes him one of the greatest directors. Scorsese began his career sometime during the 60s with one of his debut films called Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which you can check out somewhere online. As his debut film, one of the things what makes him the greatest directors is, unlike all the other these big time directors like I don't know, like Michael Bay and all of those guys, is Scorsese really doesn't care about Hollywood pictures. He doesn't care about the big box office movie. He makes the movies that he wants to make. He makes movies that he wants to see, and he wants you to see them. He takes sacrifices in making the stories that he's made. For example, he made one film called The Passion of the Christ, which is his take on Christianity, and it was also based off a book. Many people wouldn't have been interested in making some movies like this because basically Hollywood pictures are worried about losing money, so they'll make something like that, what sells a lot of money, like live action movies, CGI, and all that stuff. And they really don't care about the audience. But Scorsese, on the other hand, he cares about his films. What's great about his movies is you, you're looking through his own visions. He makes it perfectly clear what he wants in the movie, and it doesn't matter how long the movies are. You will end up wanting more from this guy. Like words can't describe how great of a director he is. Just enough. Even movies that may not have been so well are still masterpieces in a way, because every time you hear the new news about a Scorsese movie, you already know it's a masterpiece just by hearing about it. He's that good of a director. He's launched careers from Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel, and well, he didn't really launch DiCaprio's career, but he did help in a big way because he can get the best out of his actors. And the way he uses the camera as this thing to tell the story, like no one has ever been able to. In Scorsese, he also likes going through characters, like not necessarily characters who you want who you say you want to relate to, but do have some distinctness with. Like for example, in his movie Taxi Driver, De Niro's character is is fed up with the town that he's in, and he wants to find a way to clean the streets. At first, he decides to do this way, but then he ends up doing it another way. I don't want to spoil for those of you who haven't seen Taxi Driver, but it's a good movie. It's one of my top three movies. And then what he ends up doing for his own deed to try to clean up the town ends up making Travis a hero and saving someone. And in the movie Raging Bull, which is the biography of the boxer Jack LaMotta, who's a who was a boxer in the 40s. Basically, he was loved by everyone in the ring, but that didn't help his relationship outside the ring because he let everything get to him. He let he used all his anger and abuse that he did to his family and friends, which helped him win matches into the ring. And then Goodfellas, this is where he puts like everything in his mafia movies. We get it's a biography about a real life gangster Ray, not well, Ray Liotta played him. Man, I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I forgot his name. So he, we hear from the perspective of a gangster movie, and during like the first half, it glorifies the mafia. Like it, it sees it as a career path, like what you should do, like making money, like making easy money, going to bars and doing all this stuff, giving giving your family all they need, like fortune and everything. But then in the end, in the last half of the movie, this is where everything starts to decline. Like all that stuff they ended up doing ended up paying a price for this. And even after that movie, what's interesting about it is Ray Liotta's character is still, even after he's clean from it, he still misses the mafia in a way, which explains his character. And those are just a few examples of movies. He has more about it. So anyway, Martin Scorsese is one of my greatest directors of all time, is because he doesn't care about how much money a movie will make. He's willing to make sacrifices to get what he wants in a movie. He's really good at explaining his characters in the picture. And what's interesting about it is these aren't like everyday people you want to be around. And we see like like the bad side in all of us, like Travis Bickle's character. Like we all have a side like that in our heads somewhere. And he doesn't just spin off one movie. He hasn't just made mafia movies. He's also made he's also made a movie about Jesus, the Passion of the Christ. He's also made biographies about boxers. He's also made a movie, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, about a diner girl who wants to be an inspiring singer. And he's basically did a lot for people. One thing about Scorsese is you never know what to expect in his movie, but all you need to remember is that it's going to be a masterpiece. And that's why Scorsese is my top pick of the director of the week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe to this channel, and I'll put my other four directors this week, and I'll see you tomorrow. So I guess this was Monday, Martin Scorsese Day. See ya.